It is time for Seattle Sips, where we highlight amazing drinks in our area.
Yes, today we are joined by David English. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, ladies.
This is amazing. So you're making some drinks from Autumn, which is one of renowned chefs Brian Clevenger's restaurants. So we are so excited. Tell us about the General Harvest Restaurant Group.
So General Harvest Restaurant Group is a collection of 7 locations across the city of Seattle, kind of modern American focused, a little bit of definitely Italian leaning because coming from where Brian Clevenger used to work and all that kind of in his experience. So that's pretty much it, the gist of that. Each restaurant kind of has its own unique identity.
Oh, really cool. And then what can people expect if they come in Autumn?
Autumn is particularly hyper-focused on fresh seafood, seasonal vegetables, and then house extruded pastas. We're kind of in like a casual, like little neighborhoody restaurant up in the Finney Ridge area.
Very nice. Okay, so today we're putting a unique spin on a classic cocktail, a little bit of a remix. So what are we making?
Okay, so today we're going to do a kind of our little take on a classic whiskey sour. So this one is kind of a traditional one that actually you use the egg whites to emulsify all the ingredients. So we'll just go through here real quick. We've got 2 egg whites here. Just add those right on into the glass. Start with a little bit of simple syrup. Do 1.5 ounces of that, a little lemon juice.
And what makes this drink so unique? What do you think?
So normally you're just doing a citrus, a sweetener, and the base spirit, which in this case is going to be the rye whiskey. We add a little bit of Amaro to that. It kind of creates a little bit more depth of flavor, a little bit complex flavor profile.
And how would you describe the flavor of Amaro?
So Amaro's an Italian bitter, so it has a lot of like baking spice flavors, and it's got like almost kind of like a medicinal kind of flavor, but not in a bad way.
Okay, okay.
So then add the
Medicinal,
whiskey.
like cough syrup, or what are we talking about?
It just has that bitter aftertaste.
Very nice.
Cool.
Now, you're not using a jigger. You just counting? You're just that good?
I worked in Las Vegas for about 10 years, so I've got actually won Bartender of the Year out there one year. So I can count. I can count. I've got it.
Well,
you don't see a chef measuring the salt when they put it in.
Where did you work in Vegas that you got that honor?
I was working at a restaurant called Other Mama. It's slightly off strip, so it was actually pretty neat because I beat out a lot of the strip bartenders for the award. Okay, so here we have that whiskey sour here. I'm going to pour it into this glass here.
Excellent.
Just going to make sure I get the right proportions here.
Beautiful. Wow. And egg white, does that automatically mean craft cocktail? It does to me. I don't know.
No, it's actually a really traditional kind of ingredient in like old school cocktails, but they use it mainly to do an emulsification so you get that nice head of foam on the top.
Very nice.
Then we're going to stop here with a little bit of bitters on the top.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
Can we get a close-up of this? This looks so good. Yeah. The top here, we got some like little dots.
This one looks like a little heart almost.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, are we
Is it
good to
ready to
try
drink?
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
While
well,
we take a
cheers,
sip,
cheers.
I want to know how you got to Seattle from Vegas.
I was actually born in Tacoma, so it's kind of a little homecoming for me. My parents and brothers and sisters all live up there. Hi, Mom,
This
Dad.
feels very nice.
I like the citrus in it.
It's refreshing. It's super refreshing because when you were saying some of the ingredients, I thought it would be a good drink for fall, but I feel like it's very fresh.
Yeah, but the citrus really kind of brightens everything up. A whiskey sour is pretty much good any time of year. You'll see a different kind of riff on it.
Yeah.
All of our restaurants kind of focus on that kind of classic cocktail program, and each restaurant has its own identity, but we kind of take, the classic recipes you see kind of from the old school days and that resurgence in the early 2000s with cocktails.
Yes.
Back when I first started bartending, it was like the martini days, chocolate martinis. And all that. We don't talk about those days. That 500 martini recipe books. So.
Oh my goodness. So talk to us about this delicious, by the way, but talk to us about some of your other popular or favorite cocktails.
So we have actually at this location we have a cocktail called the St. Charles. It's very unique because it's served neat. So normally when you expect cocktail, you expect something cold.
Yes.
Right. So this is actually made neat. So it's warm and room temperature, and all the ingredients are added and stirred tableside, and then served with a little lemon twist on top. It's kind of like our take on kind of like a booze-forward Negroni Manhattan kind of combination there.
Very cool. Well, David English, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, these are delightful. And we've got a link with more info on General Harvest Restaurants up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live.